Why is milk sold in cartons, but Coke comes in round bottles? Why do bars give you peanuts for free, but charge you 20 bucks for a bottle of water? Why are diamonds insanely expensive, while water is so cheap? An economist named Robert Frank wrote a book called The Darwin Economy. In it, he talks about something he calls economic naturalism. The idea is simple. Look at the world the way a naturalist studies nature. But instead of asking, how does this work? You ask, what's the cost? What's the benefit? Today, I'm going to show you how that way of thinking can completely change how you see the world. We'll peel back the layers of modern business one by one. And by the end of this video, you'll start seeing the hidden logic behind things most people never even question. Frank boils the whole book down to one simple idea. If the benefits of doing something are greater than the costs, it'll survive. If the costs are greater than the benefits, it'll disappear. You don't need calculus. You don't need complicated economic models. You just need to ask one question. Who's saving money because of this design? There's another idea in the book called opportunity cost. In plain English, it means this. When you choose A, whatever you have to give up is the real cost of A. Say you spend your whole weekend lying in bed scrolling on your phone. It feels free, but it's not. The real cost is the time you could have spent learning a new skill, working out, or making money. You think you didn't pay anything, but what you actually paid with was your time. And that's only the first layer. Layer one, why is milk in cartons? Most people think the answer is simple. Milk is practical, Coke is cool. Sounds reasonable, but it's wrong. Milk has to stay cold from the factory all the way to your fridge. That means it's shipped and stored in the cold chain the entire. And in a supermarket, refrigerated shelf space is some of the most expensive real estate in the whole store. Square cartons stack perfectly. No wasted space. Every inch of that fridge gets used. Now imagine milk in round bottles. The gaps between the bottles don't hold milk. They hold expensive refrigerated air. And someone's paying for it. Coke is different. It sits on regular shelves. Its biggest challenge isn't storage. It's getting you to grab one as you walk by. A round bottle is easier to hold. Easier to throw in your bag. Easier to open with one hand. Coke's bottle wasn't designed for the shelf. It was designed for your hand. So milk cartons optimize storage costs. Coke bottles optimize buying impulse. Same product category, completely different constraints, completely different best solution. That's also why the exact same drink might come in a round bottle at a convenience store, but in a small rectangular carton on an airplane. Because on a plane, every inch of cargo space is worth far more than the comfort of your grip. But the shape of the container is only the first layer. Layer two, why are peanuts free at bars? You grab a handful of free peanuts and you think you got a good deal. You didn't. Peanuts are salty. Salty makes you thirsty. And when you're thirsty, you order another drink. The profit from just one drink can easily cover the cost of peanuts for every table in the bar. So the peanuts aren't really a free gift. They're the engine that starts the entire chain of spending. Economists call this cross-subsidization. In plain English, it means this. You lose money on product A because it helps you make even more money on product B. But A and B have to go together. They're complements. Now imagine the bar charged 20 bucks for the peanuts. Most people just wouldn't order them. No peanuts, no thirst, no extra drinks. The bar makes less money. So giving away peanuts for free isn't being generous. It's simply the most profitable strategy. Now look at bottled water. Why does a bottle of water cost $20 at a bar? It's not because the bar is trying to rip you off. Water is an outsider. It doesn't help sell more alcohol. It just takes up the space where another drink could have been sold. Without that cross-subsidy effect, the water has to pay its own way, and often at a premium. And we're still not at the deepest layer yet. Layer three, why are diamonds more expensive than water? Water keeps you alive. Diamonds don't. So by that logic, water should be worth 100 times more than diamonds. But in the real world, it's the exact opposite. Back in 1776, Adam Smith noticed this contradiction. He called it the paradox of value. He wrestled with it for years, but never found a satisfying answer. About a century later, economist Carl Menger finally solved the puzzle. And the answer comes down to one word: scarcity. Price isn't determined by how valuable something is overall. It's determined by how valuable one more unit of it is right now. Economists call this marginal utility. The question isn't, how important is water? The real question is, how much do you value one more glass of water at this moment? If you've already had plenty to drink, another glass of water doesn't mean much. But if you've never owned a diamond, getting one suddenly feels incredibly valuable. Water is everywhere. 1 extra liter barely changes anything. Diamonds are rare. 1 extra diamond can change the price dramatically. That's why, in the middle of a desert, a bottle of water can be worth as much as a diamond. It's not that the water changed. Scarcity changed the price. Once you understand this, you'll start asking a different question. Whenever something seems ridiculously expensive, don't ask, is it really that important? Ask, is it scarce? And more importantly, who's controlling that scarcity? So in the end, This entire book comes down to one big idea. The world isn't designed around fairness. It's designed around costs and benefits. Milk comes in cartons because refrigerated space is expensive. Coke comes in round bottles because convenience sells. Bars give away peanuts because the profit from drinks pays for them. Diamonds cost more than water because prices are driven by scarcity, not necessity. Most things that seem irrational aren't irrational at all. You just haven't seen the math behind them yet. Once you do, you start seeing the hidden code behind how the business world really works. Frank calls it looking at the world through the lens of costs and benefits. From today on, you've got that lens too. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.